a 4-game lead over the Warriors, who are at the second seed at 34 and 13. The Jazz and the Grizzlies are tied for third and fourth in the conference, each with 17 losses. And then below them at the fifth seed, the Mavs have a nice winning streak to comfortably secure the fifth seed at 27 and 20. And then after that, it's really a toss-up where the 6 through 9 seeds are really, really close, and they're all competing to get those positions. We have the Nuggets, who are kind of comfortably ahead of the 7 through 9, but still in the mix. They're at 24 and 21, with a 1-game lead above the Timberwolves. And then the Lakers, Clippers, and Timberwolves are all competing for those last 2 playoff spots. But all of them have losing records right now. So it's kind of interesting that the 7 seed and the 8 seed, if the playoffs started today, would have losing records, which is very different from the East. So I guess what we can do is we'll each give our one surprising team, one team that lives up to our expectations, and then one underwhelming team from the Western Conference. I guess I'll go first. So for me, the most surprising team this year in the Western Conference is the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, they are absolutely killing it right now. John Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr., Brandon Clark, their head coach, I think is in the running for Coach of the Year. They are sitting at third in the West when I don't think anybody expected them to be over maybe the 6th seed, especially after not really improving their roster from last year. What they had is John Morant is now a definite all-star. Desmond Bane is looking like the most improved player. Jaren Jackson improved. Everybody's improved in that young core, and now they are a really, really good team in the West. So for me, that's my surprise team.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'll definitely have to agree with that. But I mean, in my opinion, there's several teams that have definitely surprised me. I mean, I'll talk. I won't talk too much about the Grizzlies because you mentioned them, but we talk about it every single podcast. Like the Grizzlies have definitely, like John Morant. I saw a clip from Draymond Green on his podcast. He said that people were saying, he should be in the most improved player conversation, but now he's saying no, that he should be in the MVP conversation. I strongly agree with that statement, but the Grizzlies are definitely, I didn't expect them to even be in the playoffs or at least maybe be in the play-in. But honestly, the Bulls and the Heat, I didn't expect for the Heat to be the number 1 seed in the East. Obviously, the Bulls have some problems right now with injuries with Zach LaVine. So they went down to third, but from first to third, it's just like, but going back to like the Grizzlies, I think I can talk about the East a little bit later, but John Morant, and then we've had some bench play or actually not bench play, but a starter in Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson Jr. So they have a solid lineup with 1 star player who, obviously as of right now is a definite all-star and will be in the starting lineup.